don't know what you motherfuckers want from me, okay? Because apparently we have all this community, right? The community organizer, community manager, community council, community feedback, community. If you take a puff every time these guys say the word community, you're going to feel like the house and up by the time this is over. But none of my feedback seems to be getting through. And I hear what you say. Just keep it to yourself. Nobody needs all that toxic feedback. But apparently all of you who are taking the time to organize it all neatly and politely, that's not really working either. So fuck it. Let's just do it my way. Roll tape. God, you guys do a cinematic, Blizz. I mean, how many hunters did that make right there? But you can't use your bear pet, can you?
For the Alliance!
Community. Oh, fuck. It's a little sensory for me. Oh, my glow boy. Rest in peace, my king. Rest in peace.
Hi, everyone.
Yo, look at this motherfucker's office. With these dark floors and brick, that is clean. Ah, Demon Hunter, that's cool. Sword and shield. Shield maybe a little generic, but still kind of cool. Oh, you know what this is? This is that hill out in Pandaria with the farm. That's neat. And a Hearthstone. You know what go great in here? You know what go great in here, mages? A Ring of Power rug. Wouldn't that look nice? Nothing says exciting new expansion like old tethering ability.
I'm John Haidt, General Manager for Warcraft, and with me today are my friends Ian Hazacostas, who is the Game Director for World of Warcraft, and
Look at the king. Let's back you up here. Get you a good look.
me today are my friends
Right here.
Ian
Hold on, here it is.
who is the Game
Right
Director
there.
for World.
There you go, handsome. Look at you with that lean. The king on high. Someone make this man a cloak, okay? With all the WoW killers on it. And we'll just drape him in his cloak. No need for pants, handsome. You just wear your cloak around. Makes me sick to think 6 months ago. Where were they all going, remember? On YouTube, all the streamers were leaving WoW. They were done with it. Oh, they were so emotional, remember? And they were all leaving for, what was it? New World. Remember New World? Oh, Jeff Bezos must be a saint. I mean, all this guy wants to do is own the world, build an awesome boat to smash his hot girlfriend on, and everybody just keeps clipping him. Right? About a toxic workplace environment. Let me tell you something. I give you $200 million, okay, and you bring me a pirate game with no swim animations? You're a fucking eunuch. That's what you are. Oh my God. You'll get your fucking union when I get my goddamn swim animations. Beezy. Hang in there, baby. But no, don't worry. We'll get a ring. We'll get a ring for that beautiful sausage, handsome. And all these guys could come back and kiss it. They're all here now, like we knew they would be.
And Holly Longdale, who leads up the production team for WoW Classic.
Oh, look what we got going on here. Blue nails, blue jacket, blue necklace, and blue eyes. Too good to be true and blue, Madam Longdale. Be careful with those redheads. I've been married to one of those for 20-something years. They run hot.
Another update and pretty significant controversial change for this.
Ooh.
Yeah, cross-faction play coming in 925, which is on a public test realm now as a big
Ian,
centerpiece.
cross faction. You're breaking with a 17-year tradition.
Yeah, it's something. It was not an easily made decision by any means, you know, and I think.
Okay, this is where Smeagol and I get cross. Okay. It was not a decision they made. The decision they made is that they refused to balance their game. Now, in the end, I think we've all played cross-faction, and in the end, as an Alliance player, I do kind of appreciate it because it's just been a hell of a lot easier to get groups. That said, I mean, I don't even know that it fully matters because we're in full-blown WoW mode now, right? We are in full-blown WoW mode. It's cap mounts and everything's bubbly and pretty, and it's just, we are in the era of butterflies and all types of shit. Any of you that came up on the RTS or the old World of Warcraft where it was dark and heavy and shit, that's gone. Now we're in like the Disneyland WoW theme park. And I love it. It's okay. I still think WoW PvP is just phenomenal. But we are very, 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 very far removed from the world that I think a lot of us in the community would like to return to.
Yeah, I think players desire to play with their friends who might prefer a different faction, or
Makes
to play
me
with
sick.
the faction that they more closely identify with, even though their raid group is elsewhere.
It's really important for me. I play a lot of alts, and I love absorbing the story for each race, and having that ability to play with all of my friends across factions is fantastic.
Ugh,
the end of
guess
the
who
day,
I like less?
The battle cry is for the Horde. It's not against the Alliance. It's not death to the Alliance. It's about pride in one's faction. And I think there's a way to preserve that and even strengthen that while giving players the ability to make the same choice we've seen the greatest heroes make.
I would like to respectfully disagree. And you Hordes better understand. You see Oklahoma up on that battleground enemies, you better know it's on. I like to warm my hands by the fire I set up at the graveyard camp, if you know what I mean. So you can miss me with all this Care Bear shit. And if you're psychologically well, you can go ahead and take a bio right here. But for the rest of y'all still out here PvPing at the end of Season 4, like some addicts, that's who I'm talking about. Don't let all the fresh meat coming back fool you. It's the same as it ever was. Little too much STV happened to me. Can't even get my skins because there's goddamn rogues everywhere. Finally get that situation handled. Who opens on me? A fucking feral druid. Just dotted me up, right? Like you guys do. And then they prance around while you die. And then once you're dead, they go into bear form. And then what did you do? Huh? Then what do you do? Fucking sickos.
The new age of dragons shall begin.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Another island. Boy, that map in vanilla sucked. Okay, why? Huh? Why do they have us hitting these islands like the Marines? My opinion is we're hitting these islands again because the old world is completely boring and empty. And every time they announce one of these expansions, I'm hoping we're going back to World of Warcraft. But every time we get a new expansion, we're heading further down the WoW path, right? God, I would love to see the old world scaled up. See all the capital cities get fleshed out like Borealis. And that hideous horde pyramid. What was that? The gaudiest thing I've ever seen. Oh, it could be so much fun. I got to tell you, I wish they'd get rid of flying and all that stuff. Because some of my favorite memories are, you know, hanging out with people waiting for the flight path. People dueling, tossing each other off. I don't know. I like the community aspect to some of that. I want to be in the world. And these guys are so bent on making me like this superhero. But I really just want to be a part of it.
Let's start getting into some features here and what Dragonflight means for you as well as just a place. So first off, yes, we have an all-new playable race, the Drakthir race. Yeah. This is a Draken iconic
God.
race. But
This is why I was so against allied races, because I knew we were going to get this shit. And look, before all the evokers come at me and say, it's actually really cool, I'm sure it will be. One of the things that I think Blizzard does better than anybody is I think they develop classes very well, which is why I think it should be the focal point of an expansion, and it always seems to be kind of the aftermath. But I think, I mean, honestly, if you want to play as a paladin in any game on Steam or any platform, how many can really give you that experience? A few, right? But I think WoW's is uniquely fluid and dynamic. And especially when you think about playing a paladin in like a PvP scenario. And this is my frustration with Blizzard, is that I think they do it so well. And then I see this evoker class, right? But then I see that there's a lot of other specs out there that really haven't gotten a lot of treatment that I think that they should. And so this, to me, because I don't want an evoker, I don't want to be a dragonborn thing. Again, you guys are getting so far into WoW land that this kind of stuff isn't really appealing to me. I'm sure it appeals to people, and look, I'm happy. The more people that play WoW, the better for me. I'd be a hypocrite to think otherwise, right? But this isn't the kind of content you're making for people like me. But to be fair, I'm probably not the demographic, even though I'm cool as fuck. Okay, I found the problem. Here it is. You guys are just a little too spread out. I'm going to help you get real focused here on the issue, and it's going to be better for everybody. Let's just take all this stuff off the board. Okay. I promise we'll come back to the ducks. But right up here at number 1, you can put balance your game. That's it. Are you going to balance your game? Because it doesn't matter how many cool abilities or how you distribute things out. If you're not going to stick around and balance it, and that's what you guys suck at. Because we just had to play 4 seasons of Kill the Bear because of these 4 people here. No one could get on this one computer and just tweak one legendary. Because you guys are all in here talking about magical bold fantasy ducks. So none of this shit matters and none of these great ideas matter if you're not going to balance your game. And we've had like 50 interviews with all these amazing WoW community and WoW people, and no one will just ask them, how often are you going to balance this game? What's your balancing schedule? Because that's what I want to see. Because if you're just going to balance this once after it launches, and then that's the tweaks for the season, then it's basically just the same thing. But if you're going to hang in there and make sure everything's pretty balanced before you leave for the season, then it could be pretty cool. I mean, I think you're overselling it a little bit, right?
With the talent revamp and the arrival of Classic, did you learn anything about how our talents work?
I think seeing
outstanding question, Longdale. Get in, girlfriend.
Those talents and work through those talent trees really underscored some of the things that, frankly, we lost when we shifted to the Mists of Pandaria style talents and beyond.
Dude, I cannot disagree more. Am I the crazy one here? Apparently, I'm the fucking crazy old man. Is that me? If I told you guys, YouTube, tell me, if I told you guys right now, hey, the DF shit, it's too buggy, it's glitching all over the place, and we can't do it, we're going to have to revert back to MOP class development. How many of you right now would that hit like a Christmas fucking miracle? You'd see like a beam of light beam down from heaven on you. Huh? First off, any hunter that misses range survival right away loves you immediately. There's just legions of misplaced range survival hunters out there spread amongst all the other classes that would just tears of joy, right? And so many other classes. I mean, there's a few, of course, in any group of people, there's no whole agreement. But are you shitting me? This guy's saying you got away from stuff in MOP. If I told you right now we were going back to MOP class play, that would disappoint you guys? Shit, okay. Guess I am the crazy one.
To introduce a feature that we're calling dragon riding.
Yeah, dragon riding. It's
dynamic
Guild War.
with,
Yeah,
everything
it's cool.
from momentum to dive bombs.
It's great.
the
It'll be
ability
great. It'll be fun. I honestly think that's going to be a lot of fun. I love that they added that change. I think little touches like that actually add a lot. Look how beautiful that is. It's going to be cool. No problem with it. I mean, let's not oversell it because again, this is there are other games that have I think we could say grossly similar features, which is fine. I mean, you guys have made a hell of a career taking good ideas from other games and implementing them into WoW. I love it, and I'm not against it because I love WoW. But let's just be honest about what we're doing here, folks. So in summary, those of you wanting like a TLDR of what exactly you're getting in Dragonflight from Shadowlands or for however far back you go, if you take the legendaries from Shadowlands and put them at the bottom of a tree, right? And then go through your spell book and take all your basic abilities and utility and spread them out through the rest of the tree. And then deny yourself and give yourself some variation of abilities that you used to just have until you reach one of the old Shadowland legendaries. That's the new talent system. Okay, then we throw in Guild Wars 2 mount riding and we wrap it up in a pretty new island. And we're back at it. Oklahoma out.